I walked through the slums of Meena Bazaar in Old Delhi with Seema, an outreach worker from Sahara House, an NGO based in Delhi, India. I observed the naked babies, the people packed like sardines, the stray cows with trails of dung, the bleeding women, the screaming children, the drug-injecting men. I was overwhelmed. Never before had I seen a living condition like this. As I continued to make my way through the chaos, a young girl with a torn pink shalwar yelled at me. "Didi, Didi," she cried. Sister was what she was calling for. She wanted my attention. I turned around and was almost taken aback by what I saw. She had been burned from the face down to her arms, all the way to her feet. Before I could even ask her anything, she began to talk. "Didi, Jeena nahi chahti hu." Sister, I don't want to live anymore. She explained to me her life story about her father's abuse, her mother's prostitution in order to provide, her pregnancy from rape, her husband's drug addiction, her sister's suicide. I asked her about the burns. She explained that those were attempts she made to kill herself. As she was narrating her story to me, I looked into her eyes and saw a reserved, shy girl who lived in silence for a long time. I wondered why, of all these people, she came out to me. I was being ushered to leave. It was time to go. I had to tell Mira that I had to leave her. She squeezed my hand, looking into my eyes, and simply said, "Shukriya." She was thankful, and I was humbled. I began to walk away, but I turned back. "Mira," I said, "you are a beautiful and strong woman. I admire your courage, and you have touched me." I had tears in my eyes. She had inspired me. Her strength and courage were admirable, but I felt empty inside. I knew that I would probably never see her again. I would most likely never know whatever happened to her after I left that day. I felt that I couldn't offer her a new home or a new life, and after her intense story, I felt that I owed her something. She looked at me and then looked down at our feet. "Didi jaisa lagti hai tu, aur ab jab tu mere saath baat ki, aisa laga hai ki Didi mere paas thi. You look like my sister, and when you talked to me, it felt like my sister was with me. Bahut bahut shukriya. Thank you very, very much." I walked away with mixed feelings. I felt guilty leaving. I couldn't solve hunger, health, or poverty issues in Delhi, and I couldn't erase her tumultuous past. What I realized, however, was that I was able to provide an ounce of hope to help her survive yet another day, to show her that there are people who are compassionate towards her situation, and to allow for her story to be heard. Seema and I both left Meena Bazaar and returned to what we called home. Eventually, I had to leave Sahara to go back for spring semester at Duke. My trip to visit Sahara over winter break was short, but it was the beginning of a relationship that continued to develop. I came back to join an independent study with Professor Kate Wetton and 6 other students. The goal of this independent study was to first discuss the desires and voice the concerns of Sahara House. Next, it was to figure out what we as students could do with the organization and the communities they served to address some of these issues over our summer break. It was surely a community-based project. Because communities most likely understand their hardships and culture better than an outside observer, it is important for collaborations to be made. True community-based endeavors recognize the importance of partnership and value both the perspective that an outsider can give to another community and the lessons that can be learned from a locally based group. The skill set and knowledge Duke can provide to Sahara, Sahara can equally provide to Duke. A partnership enhances strengths and resources and provides setting to integrate knowledge from various sources. Community-based work is a co-learning and empowering process that facilitates the reciprocal transfer of knowledge, skills, capacity, and power. Students not only have the opportunity to offer the skills they learn in a classroom, but they are granted a chance to learn much more about complex development issues, human interaction and negotiation, and collaboration to work through a means to an end. I feel students offer a fresh perspective and offer something new to a partnership. As tomorrow's future, we allow people to envision tomorrow with hope and with some sense that issues that are cared about today will not be forgotten. Students are able to show that an investment is being made. There is an air of idealism that students possess that, if channeled in the right direction and with the right mentorship, can be very powerful. A key element to making these partnered efforts sustainable, let alone successful, is to work along the same plane as the partnering community. To develop a sense of trust and respect means that you are truly investing in a relationship that can equally give and receive time and knowledge. This helps to build a sense of ownership for the community and level of comfort, which helps keep the mutually agreed upon programs, interventions, or research sustainable. Another key element is an investment of time and genuine interest. Through my experience with Sahara, I've realized that respect and a demonstrated commitment to the partnership makes the work more rewarding, more efficient, and more sustainable. One of the greatest struggles I have felt as a student is that I feel thrown between my connections to Tayoa, an NGO in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and my life with Sahara, and my hot water running and bed warming central campus apartment and beautiful green Duke campus that I come back to after every trip. It is a challenge to promise physical time as a student, but a student's role in contributing to sustainable community development is surely not impossible. Communication is obviously a part of this process, but continuation through delegation and passage can be as well. After visiting Sahara House again this past summer, it felt more like home. I had built relationships with the project coordinators, directors of the organization, and even social workers. When I returned, it was nice knowing that we were all on the same page. I was happy to be with other students from Duke who had invested an interest through an independent study and months of preparation and communication in order to assist the needs of the Sahara community this summer in Delhi. What is rich about development work is that it is multifaceted. It is important to look at the issues from a multidisciplinary approach. From working with communities, institutions, and other students, I have grown tremendously as an individual, academically and emotionally. I have realized the depth and amount of knowledge and skills every individual, from whatever background or walk of life, is able to contribute to global health and community development. I am amazed by the projects we have witnessed over the last few days, and I am excited to continue to hear about the wonderful work that will be done soon. I am grateful to the opportunities I have had, grateful for the people that I have met, and humbled by the world that I have seen. Thank you.